My name is Daniel Williams. I go to the University of Puget Sound, and I want to work in the baseball industry.
Zach Buston, Dominican University, and I want to be a garment manufacturer.
The name's Vela, Sam Vela. I'm a junior at Dominican University of California. When I graduate, I plan on trying out for professional soccer teams in Europe.
My name is Graham Hooper. I go to the San Francisco Flex Academy, and I want to be a baseball broadcaster.
Janet McCarroll. I go to Dominican University, and I am interested in pursuing media arts.
My name is Spencer Clark. I go to the University of Arizona, and I want to be a composer.
Nadia Green, Dominican University of California, and I'd like to go into PR and marketing.
Hi, my name is Rennie Shapiro. I go to Tam High School, and I'd love to be an ESPN anchor when I'm older.
And welcome into beautiful downtown San Rafael for tonight's game, the second game of this 6-game series between the San Rafael Pacifics and the Hawaii Stars. Good evening and thank you for tuning in. Here on Marin TV, I am Vinny Longo. I'll be joined by a few people throughout the broadcast, especially Kramer Herzog. He'll be patrolling the sidelines tonight and getting us a lot of interviews with a few MVPs that are here tonight. Tonight's matchup features, as I said, the Pacifics and the Stars. The Pacifics come into this game with a 16-6 record. That's good for first place in the Pacific Association of Professional Baseball Clubs. Hawaii sitting at third place, 5.5 games back, comes in with a record of 12-13. Now, don't let that confuse you. Hawaii has been on an absolute hot streak lately. Before last night's game, they'd had a 7-game winning streak and won 9 of their last 10. But last night, the Pacifics, coming off of a 3-3 series split with the Vallejo Admirals in Vallejo, came away with a 7-1 victory. Highlighted a few stories around, but Tyler Pearson, the #1 story, coming in 7 strong innings pitched, just a couple of hits, 1 run, and 10 strikeouts. His second straight performance with 10 strikeouts as the Pacifics remained unbeaten at home. Well, that's a beautiful night for baseball here. It's temperatures around the mid-70s, and it's been just a gorgeous day with winds picking up as the game time has started to get closer and closer. It looks like it's going about 15 miles an hour straight out into left center field. Tonight's starting matchup between the pitchers will feature Matt Tripoli for the Hawaii Stars. Tripoli 2-1 on the year with a 5.47 ERA, but in his last game against the East Bay Lumberjacks, he was absolutely dynamite. 7 innings pitched. He got the win with 2 hits, no earned runs, and 7 strikeouts, so an absolutely dominant performance for him. On the Pacific side of the mound will be Logan Odom taking control, the big, tall, right-handed side armor. In his last appearance, Odom went 6 innings and a third, allowed 4 runs on 5 hits and 8 strikeouts, and was not credited with anything, as that was the famous sprinkler game where the game went into extra innings and was decided in the bottom of the 12th when Justin James hit a single to left field that went right into the sprinklers that had come on as the game had gone past the timer. We're just a few minutes away from first pitch here. It should be an exciting matchup today. Hawaii, as I said, was on that hot streak, and they're out for blood, trying to even up this series. The Pacifics, on the other hand, it was a big win for them last night. I was able to sit down with Mike Shapiro during the game and ask him a couple questions. Shapiro is the president, general manager, and minority owner of the Pacifics, and he said it was absolutely crucial for them to get that win last night. It's just an absolute momentum thing for them. And the Pacifics are taking the field now, lining up defensively for them from left to right on the infield. Kyle Donani will be at third base. Danny Gonzalez, the smooth-handed player out of New Mexico, is at shortstop. Bryce Kendall at second base. And Johnny Woodard, the starter for the last 2 years at first for the Pacifics, will be at first. And the outfield from left to right. Derek Hale getting the start in the field tonight, usually playing the designated hitter. Chase Fontaine replacing the injured Zach Pace in center field. More on Pace later. And the reigning NABL MVP, Michael Hova, will be getting the start in right field tonight. Hova has been slumping at the plate as of late, but last night Hova hit an absolute bomb over the left-handed or the left field wall. The Speed Pro imaging right down the line wasn't high enough to stop it, as it was just a line shot, went into the trees back there. As I said, on the mound will be Logan Odom, and then behind the plate, it's Kevin Reinking. Now, Reinking is a new addition to the Pacifics after Matt Cavanaugh, their usual starter, was hurt, and Matt Quintero saw a few starting games over in Vallejo, and then Reinking was brought in yesterday, and he did an absolute dynamite job behind the plate. In his first at-bat as a Pacific, ranking singled home 2 runs, and he called a fantastic game for Tyler Pearson. They're 2 veterans who had never seen each other before, and you never would have known it from the way they were just in sync the entire game. And while we have this moment, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Hawaii Stars. Batting first and playing second base will be Dustin Smith, the son of former Cardinals great Ozzie Smith. Batting second and playing center field, Mitch Levier. Now Levier is taking the place of Matt Hibbert, who's usually the leadoff hitter and plays center for the Stars. Hibbert is injured though today. He is okay, but last night, towards the end of the game, he ran hard into the center field wall off a ball hit by Chase Fontaine, and it bruised his ribs, so they're giving him a night off. Batting third and playing left field, Katsuaki Furuki, the very dangerous left fielder who until yesterday was leading the Pacific Association in batting average. Batting fourth and playing first base, Marshall, Batting fifth in the designated hitter slot, Brandon Davis. Batting sixth and behind the plate will be Tyler Kropetsky. Batting seventh and playing right field, Anthony Williams. Batting eighth and playing third base, Caleb Hatcher, who was just added yesterday. And batting ninth at shortstop will be Felix Brown. We are ready for first pitch here. Dustin Smith leading off. Smith last night went 1 for 4 with a single. The first hit that was given up off of Pearson. He did reach third base in the first inning. Odom's first pitch, a strike. Always a good way to start off a game with a first pitch strike. That was a fastball. So he goes ahead of Smith 0-1. As he falls behind there, Odom definitely the strikeout type pitcher. He's second in the Pacific Association with 31 strikeouts on the earth. And he's behind Tyler Pearson, his teammate, who added 10 to his total last night. Smith numbs this one foul. Now, something we always see during the night games here at Albert Park, the shadows are starting to creep towards the field right now. As you can see, Logan Odom is entirely in sunlight while Dustin Smith is entirely in shadow. As Smith grounds this one off of Odom's leg, Woodard is charging. There's going to be nobody covering the bag. So Smith is going to start off the game pretty much the opposite way yesterday's game did, with a leadoff infield single. And the Stars has some offense in the top of the first inning. And for Odom, that's just a tough break. The trainer is not going out to visit him, so it does look like he's okay. That ball went right off of his shin, though, and looked like it could have been painful. Smith got that one off the end of the bat and just took the pitch right back up the middle, and usually that ends up going for a hit, and it did work out for him that time. As Mitch Levier now standing up to the plate. Smith fakes going there, but ended up staying at first. Odom pours in a strike. Levier on the year, a .333 batting average. Very solid hitter, usually hits in the 2-hole or the 3-hole. Odom's going to check Smith at first base. Smith, definitely a stolen bases threat. He has 11 on the year and has only been caught 4 times. So Odom, who takes his time to the plate, will have to think about Smith while he's on first here. As Hibbert fouls that one away off to the backstop. 0-2 the count. As I was saying earlier, the shadows on the field could be problematic, as right now Levier is going to have to track the ball from the sunlight into the shade and try and see the spin and try and figure out if it's a breaking ball or not. Never an easy task. Smith fakes going, and Levier waves badly at that one and misses. That was an ugly strikeout, but a strikeout nonetheless for Odom. A beautiful changeup from him there. So one away, it's top of the first. Dustin Smith still leading off of first base. Now Katsuaki Furuki now stepping up. As I said, until yesterday he was leading the Pacific Association in batting average with a .407 and just hitting the tar off of the ball. But last night 0 for 4 as Pacific's pitching was able to deal with him completely. Smith fakes going again. Furuki grounds it over to second. Kendall's going to field it on the forehand and toss it over to Woodard to get the out. On the play, Smith does go to second, but there's Price Kendall making what is really a difficult play look easy, and that's something he does all the time. And if you talk to any of the front office executives here in San Rafael, they will tell you the 2 things they wanted to do big time were fix the middle of the infield as far as defensive purposes go, and then also fix the bullpen. And they did that very well in the middle of the infield with Gonzalez and Kendall. Both of them very sure-handed fielders and just do a fantastic job. Very few errors. There's now Marshall McDonald up at the plate. Smith is going to third to throw down. He is in there with a head-first slide. He was definitely in there easily as Ryan King got the ball down quickly, but not quickly enough. Smith now has his 12th stolen base on the year. Swing and a miss there on the off-speed pitch from Odom. A good way to come back from the 1-0 count. 1-1 now the count to McDonald. McDonald on the year hitting .308 with 3 home runs. That's good for a team best. Also leading, or has a solid amount of RBIs at 12. That's good for third best on the team. McDonald swings and drives this one into deep left center field. Fontaine circling under it on the warning track, and he will make the catch to retire the side. So for the second straight day, Dustin Smith gets to third base in the top of the first and just stays there as he is stranded. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and Smith, the only runner stranded on base for the Stars in the top of the first inning. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Still no score here. Pacifics getting their first ups. First, from left to right.